Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another week in the life. VS, are you like, what are you doing? So I am starting this video on Monday, March 21st. It is almost 1:30, but I got a question on my latest video, which is all about the new Graphtec machine. And so I figured I'd go ahead and start filming now, even though today it's already been kind of crazy and I've gotten a lot done. So I've already gotten, I think, like 87 orders out today. I got all of the mystery kits that were open, that were just purchased individually out. I think that was like 71. And then I had another 16 orders that I got out that were open like before mystery kits went live, and I just wanted to get those out. I already had the packing slips all ready to go. So we've gotten a lot of orders done. My brother is currently working on restocks. We have been working on restocks all day and we've been doing really well. I think we're gonna finish those pretty soon, and then we'll start working on cutting the additional mystery kits that sold. We always start with like a set amount, and then we add, like we cut more depending on the sales. We never wanna be in a position where we cut too many, so we kind of cut a number that we know will sell, and then we make up for them, you know, cut the rest after the fact. So last night I pulled the numbers. The mystery kit sold really well, and I'm hoping that you guys all really like it. I just wanted to say I am going to be showing some of the mystery kit because I want to show you guys something and like demo something. So if you don't want to see the mystery kit, if it hasn't arrived yet already and you don't want it to be like a spoiler, then definitely like kind of skip this portion where you guys see me showing the silhouettes in the new Graphtec. But I wanted to see how long it would take to cut one of the samplers on the silhouette, and then also kind of time it on the Graphtec, because I think that's one huge thing that is just amazing about the Graphtec, is that you're getting the same quality, even better probably, but it goes so much quicker, and the Graphtec's not even going as quick as it can go. It's going on like 50% right now. So I'm gonna flip you guys around and show you guys the silhouette cut. I'm going to time it on my phone, and then I'm gonna do the same exact thing for the Graphtec and just show you guys. I'll also show you guys cut lines, because that's one thing that I got a comment about that someone wanted to see, just so you can kind of see the cut lines. It's very good. So anyway, let me flip you guys around, show you guys, but I'm gonna bring you guys along with me throughout this week. Whenever there's something interesting to show, I'll show you guys. It's gonna be a lot of packing orders and a lot of cutting June stuff. So anyway, let me flip you guys around, show you guys everything related to the silhouettes and Graphtec. Okay, so I'm actually gonna cut another 92 because I realized that I actually saved the new file, and I'm gonna have to turn you guys around for this. I actually saved the new file of the mystery kit using the Adobe stuff. So I don't currently have one for the silhouette, but same thing, the samplers are all pretty much exactly the same. So I'm gonna flip you guys around and show you guys kind of the whole process. So I'm going to put my stopwatch on. So we're gonna start this exactly when I press the send button. So I'm going to press send now and do the start. And you can see it's already started cutting. Now with the silhouettes, and this is something that you have to worry about with like a lot of cutting machines, is that the silhouettes have like quirks, right? Like there's settings you have to mess with to make them work well. Well, there's one thing that I've noticed over the last however many of years, is that you have to turn down the speed if you are doing cuts that are like very long, because occasionally if you do not do that, then you run into an issue where it like doesn't cut completely. It's kind of more rigid. And so that's one setting that I've messed around with a lot with the silhouettes, just to make sure that, like, you know, everything is cut well and you guys don't have an issue peeling up the stickers. So because you have to turn down the speed, it does mean that it takes a little bit longer to actually go ahead and cut. So it's going through right now, and you can kind of see the speed that it's cutting at. Again, I'm just trying to show you guys all the different things, because I feel like it's kind of an interesting thing, especially if you're thinking about this new machine. So yeah, you can kind of see the speed that it's going at, and it is maybe halfway through so far, and we are at 1 minute and 25 seconds. So again, I'm just gonna keep letting it go. I'm going to pop back in when it finishes and show you guys the time. Okay, so it's about to start cutting the outside. And I'm actually gonna just prop this up so you guys can kind of see when I stop it and we can do it together. Okay, so as you can see, it took a total of 4 minutes for this sheet to cut. Now keep in mind, if I was going to be cutting these, I would probably cut 3 at a time because these machines all cut the samplers really well. So if I was cutting over here, I would be doing 3. But yeah, now it's done, so let me go ahead and bring you guys over to the Graphtec and show you guys what that one can do. I also wanted to see if I could show you guys the cut lines. The silhouettes do pretty well. The one thing that I want to say though is that the lines are not always consistent with the silhouettes, and sometimes the printers can affect that as well, like how the printers are feeding in the paper and stuff. But for the most part, these 3 machines do really well. There's just occasionally times where, like, for whatever reason, it's not as consistent and, you know, you have a few oops here and there. So anyway, those are some of the cut lines. Okay, so it's about to finish up this one, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it as soon as it pulls it up. So we started it, and now it's going to feed it through, read the registration, all that fun stuff. And now you can kind of see it cutting. You can tell just from the start like how quick this is. Like very, very, very quick compared to the silhouettes. So I'm gonna just do the same exact thing here. I'm going to leave this going for you guys so you can see how long it takes from start to finish. And I'll pop back in and kind of show you guys some of the cut lines and all that fun stuff. Cutting out the back, the outside right now, and it just finished. So instead of 4 minutes to cut one, it cut it in 1 minute and 25 seconds. And again, it did so without me having to do anything. It just does it on its own, which is amazing. So instead of having to cut 3, you know, instead of cutting 3 at a time, you only have 1 cutting at a time. But still, it does it very quickly. And honestly, we could get through stickers extremely quick if we were using this machine. So I'm gonna flip you guys around, show you guys some cut lines and things like that. To get both the silhouette and the Graphtec to cut the outsides, which is really nice. So in terms of like cuts, you're able to, on both, like this is from the silhouette, very easily get things off. Same thing over here, comes off very smooth. Let me like show you guys downwards how things look. Okay, so here are the cut lines. You can tell, I would say they're either like better than the silhouette or the same in terms of like how the cut lines look. And I'm gonna also kind of put you guys down and pull some stickers up so you can see that aspect as well. If you're a customer, you don't have to worry about, you know, the stickers not being cut as well. These are cut very well. So again, you just pull it up super easily, like super easy. No issues there. And again, you're gonna get consistency with this new cutting machine because, and you guys probably won't see this as much, but with the silhouettes on our end, and if you guys have gotten like grab bags and stuff before, you probably know this, but on our end, like you guys, hopefully, if everything goes well and we have all of our checks in line, you guys are only seeing the best stickers. But there are occasionally stickers that go, you know, that we get cut that are not great. So again, I would say in terms of cut, they're both super easy to get up. I think the main difference is speed for us, and then also just consistency, because I can put through so many of these and I will have no oops, whereas with this one, if I did the same thing on the silhouettes, there may be like 10% of them that are not great, that I have to oops. It kind of depends on, you know, what's happening. It's not always 10%, but there are definitely times where you're like, what in the world happened? How did that like not cut like the other, you know, 100 that went before it? So anyway, hopefully that helps when it comes to the cut lines. Again, I know I always wondered that because I've seen videos before and you really don't get to see the cut lines, but you can see they're very, very, very good. So anyway, that's kind of a little comparison there. Again, the Graphtec does it significantly faster. I would say the only thing to kind of keep in mind is if you're used to using multiple silhouettes at one time, obviously you have one machine unless you purchase multiples, and it's expensive to do so because the machine's like over $5,000. But I think about the fact that like as I am working on orders or as I'm designing, this machine's just doing its own thing. I obviously pop in because I'm still very new to this. So I pop in and check, you know, sheets every like 10 or so just to make sure. But for the most part, I mean, it's doing its own thing. It's like super simple. It makes my life 100 times easier, and I've only had this for a week now, and I feel like it's made my life so much easier. So anyway, hopefully you guys like that little comparison. Again, it's not a huge impact in terms of quality on your guys' end, but on our end, I feel like it's really making a huge difference because we're really getting that consistency that we need.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. We are close, can you feel it? Something is behind the clouds. We just have to believe it, that we can make the sun come out. Let us lose ourselves in a fairy tale. Who can say what's wrong or right? We're the only ones who can decide. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. I don't wanna waste my
Guys, so I wanted to give you guys an update. Today is Tuesday. We have been working hard at getting all the mystery kits done. So we have hourly, vertical, daily duo, and A5 here. My brother's finishing up the last sheet, which is sheet 3 for all of these. And then I'm also working on printing some of the freebies that went along with this kit. And I will be cutting that over on the Graphtec as soon as those are printed and ready to go. My brother is also working on getting the bookmarks packaged because I'm going to be putting these up today for you guys. We did have this as part of the last mystery kit, and I made sure to package or to order a bunch extra. So you can see he's just packaging those up. These will be a limited supply, so once they're out, they're done. Like, we won't be offering them anymore, but we do have some left over. So as soon as my brother has them all packaged and we can count them, I will be adding those to the shop. But that is kind of what we're working on today. I know you guys have already seen bits and pieces, but it is amazing that we are already like almost done with the mystery kit, like cutting all the additional ones, and everything is restocked. I think that's amazing, and honestly, couldn't have done it without that machine because that thing has done a ton of work for us already this week. Alright guys, so it is now Friday, March 25th. We have had a busy week this week. You guys probably saw a lot of it, but we are going to be getting out, let's see, 287 orders this week, which is insane. So many orders, lots of mystery kit orders, and I'm hoping to get out the remaining mystery kits today. There's really not very many left. But yeah, we've been very, very busy. I am currently cutting some custom scripts for these orders, as well as printing new stickers for June. So that is kind of the game plan for today. My brother is going to be back. He was off yesterday. So we're just going to be filling more orders like I've been doing all week, cutting June's kits, and that's about it. It's honestly, it's been a lot of like the same thing all week. But I figured I would just kind of pop in and let you guys know what we're doing for the last day. I also really quickly wanted to talk a little bit about the differences between the silhouettes and the Graphtecs. I've gotten some questions related to like my plan for the silhouettes, so I figured I'd pop in and let you guys know what my thoughts are when it comes to them. So let me just get everything ready, get the cutters going again, and then I'll pop back in a second and kind of update you guys on my thoughts. Alright, so one question that I got in my recent day in the life where I showed you guys the Graphtec and how it works is my plans for the silhouettes, whether I was going to sell them, hold on to them, whatever it may be. So I do not have any immediate plans to get rid of the silhouettes for a few reasons. One, we have like I think 2,500 items in the shop, and it's just gonna take time to get the files transferred from like silhouette files to Graphtec files. So that's a huge reason. That just takes time. It takes playing around with to like fine tune everything, and I'm definitely getting better at knowing like how to get the files redesigned and everything, but I wouldn't want to commit to having to do that for all those items. Second reason is that if you need any type of maintenance or if the Graphtec needs any work, you have to send in the Graphtec. And I don't know how long it would take from the time that I mail it to the time that I would get it back. So I could never put us in a position where we don't have cutting machines to run the business. So the silhouettes are almost kind of like a backup. Also, there's certain things that just don't make sense to do on the Graphtec, like custom scripts. Because I've mentioned this before, the first run that you, like the first sheet that you send through, you're basically doing like a test cut. And that one, sometimes you have to like fine tune some settings to make it better. So you'd almost be doing twice, like doing those twice, each custom script twice to get it cut correctly. So that just doesn't make the most sense. There are other options from Graphtec that I could use for custom scripts, but for right now, we're just kind of like figuring out this machine. I'm not committing myself to like trying to do something or trying to learn something completely new. But those are a couple of the reasons why we're gonna hold on to the Graphtec. I keep telling Jason, I'm like, man, I feel so stupid for waiting so long because this Graphtec machine has been such a blessing. Like, we have been able to get through so much, and honestly, we could probably cut all of our monthly releases on it and do so quicker than having like me and my brother cutting on the silhouettes with 6 machines, which is just crazy. Yesterday I had a meeting and I went to the meeting and left like 50 sheets on the Graphtec and it cut perfectly. I got back, I checked them, they looked great. So I'm definitely getting more confident with the machine, but let me tell you, it is gonna save us a ton of time. So I honestly can see us getting a second machine in the near future because of how well it works, but also just for the fact that like you can only have one thing going at a time. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to quickly address is that up until this point, before we got the Graphtec, I would say the biggest bottleneck that we had in our process of running the shop would be the cutting machine. That was the thing that just took the most time, and we were always kind of putting things off, like, you know, adding new stuff to the shop or getting ahead because we like honestly couldn't. We were limited on cutting. And so it's kind of interesting that now that we have the Graphtec, even just one Graphtec, I feel like now we no longer have a bottleneck with cutting because we can get so much cut, but we have a bottleneck with printing because it's getting harder for the 8 printers that I have to keep up with the level that we're trying to like print and cut every single day. So that's something that I'm gonna be kind of figuring out over the next couple of weeks. We do have lots of printers in the storeroom. I pick up a certain amount every single month just in case. With all the supply issues, I feel like I kind of learned that I just need to make sure that I have some on hand. So we could definitely get like another bookshelf situation, put it in like the stock room and have like 2 sets of printers going. I just don't know if that's like what we should be doing. I may also look into other printers. I'm just not sure yet, but it's kind of interesting how this one machine, you know, eliminated one issue and created a new. And I feel like that's just, you know, business. I feel like you know, try and fix this problem and then, you know, you discover something else. But I mean, so far the printers have been just fine. It's more just you have to make sure that you're printing ahead of time. So like right now I have everything printed for my brother to cut today, and the stuff that I'm currently printing is stuff for tomorrow or Monday. So I think that's the key. If you have this machine, you're definitely going to have to make sure that you have the printing capability. But again, I'm figuring it out. It's not a big deal, just something that's kind of interesting to me that I definitely feel like we could use some more printers or like a more efficient printer to use on the Graphtec and also with what we're doing. So just something I figured I would mention, but the Graphtec has been working great. Again, I would purchase it again. I would purchase a second one, and I definitely see us doing that like in the near future. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to the custom scripts and the rest of the day, but I just figured I would pop in and let you guys know my thoughts on the Graphtec and my kind of plan going forward.
Sara Marie stickers, where you come here to budget for the month, but you spend all your money on stickers. Yeah.
Alright guys, it is 3 o'clock now. We got all the orders out, we did all the restocks. My brother is currently working on cutting some dividers so that we have those for a couple weeks when we need to start putting stuff away and like prepping all of the June stuff for new releases. So I'm going to end this week in the life here. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to see a little comparison of the Graphtec and the silhouettes. Like I mentioned in the previous clip, the Graphtec has been working out really well. I actually just switched out the blade for a new blade, and that process was really easy. It's definitely different from the silhouette, but it's still a pretty easy process once you learn how to do it. So yeah, anyway, we've had the Graphtec for 2 weeks now, and it has been saving us so much time. I feel like we are definitely going to have a lot more time when it comes to releases, and also to bring in some new stuff into the shop, which will be nice. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys here. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.